Teams are still managing to rescue people trapped by the devastating earthquakes in Turkey and Syria.
So hundreds dead and counting in quake-hit Turkey and Syria as rescuers scramble to find survivors trapped under the rubble, and thousands are reported injured.
Adıyaman is just 100 kilometers away from the first earthquake's epicenter, Pazarcık, and the situation here is not so good.
It was creating costs of around 20 billion US dollars. Now, this earthquake, it has a much larger scale in terms of spatial ranges, cities affected, so the costs are very likely to be much higher.
Earthquakes are a common occurrence in many parts of the world, and they can have a significant impact on the economies of affected countries. In the case of Turkey, recent earthquakes have only added to the country's already existing economic struggles. Turkey is located in one of the world's most active seismic zones and has a history of powerful earthquakes. The country has seen an increase in seismic activity in recent years, with several major earthquakes causing widespread damage and loss of life.
As we've been learning this morning, this is the strongest earthquake to hit the region in decades.
That's absolutely correct. This magnitude 7.8 earthquake is the largest since about 100 years in Turkey. 1939 was a big earthquake, and then secondly in 1999 in Istanbul in the Adapazarı area. So this is by far the largest, and I expect it to be devastating for the local communities and for the local economy.
The most recent earthquake, which struck the eastern part of the country in February 2023, was one of the strongest in Turkey's history and has had a significant impact on the local economy. The earthquake caused significant damage to infrastructure, including roads, bridges, and buildings. Many businesses, homes, and public buildings were destroyed, and thousands of people were left homeless. The loss of property and infrastructure has led to a sharp decline in the local economy, as many businesses have been forced to close, and people have lost their jobs.
But sadly, the Turkish economy is already in dire straits, as we all know. High inflation, budget deficits, current account deficits, and so on. It is obvious that this earthquake is going to put a lot of pressure on the Turkish economy, on the inflation side, as well as on the budget side, and probably we're going to have some tax breaks in the coming months for the region. And I expect that banks are going to be precautious, and then they're going to provide help in terms of a lot of companies and households' cash flow management concerns. And I think that it is going to be we're going to have some deep repercussions of this unfortunate event.
The cost of rebuilding the affected areas and compensating those who have lost their homes and businesses will be significant and will put a strain on Turkey's already struggling economy. The government has pledged to provide aid and support to those affected by the earthquake, but it remains to be seen how effective these measures will be in mitigating the economic impact of the disaster. In addition to the direct costs of rebuilding and compensating those affected, the earthquake is also likely to have a broader impact on the Turkish economy. The region affected by the earthquake is a major contributor to the country's agriculture and tourism industries, and the disruption caused by the disaster will likely have a knock-on effect on these sectors. In conclusion, the recent earthquake in Turkey is a stark reminder of the devastating impact that natural disasters can have on the economy of a country. The earthquake has deepened Turkey's already existing economic struggles and highlights the need for better preparedness and response measures to mitigate the impact of such disasters in the future.